Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey guys, here. Today we're going to count down the 10 best quarterbacks in MUT 23 right now. Number 10 is Smokin' Jay Cutler. I love this guy's whole attitude, the whole, inspiration that he brings to the team. I mean, realistically, I'd probably put like Patrick Mahomes here. But here's the thing. Jay Cutler. He not only frustrates you on the field, but he also frustrates you on the bench. No. I actually didn't mind Jay Cutler as kind of like a 93 overall, not a bad card for our top 10. Obviously, isn't gonna be like a stud-coated stud. There's other cards maybe that you can get that are cheaper that'll provide similar production for you. But Jay Cutler himself, there's just something about him. He's got that it factor that you truly need for your team out there. But I don't know. I really wanted to include him in this top 10 because, it's just such like nobody really thinks about Jay Cutler being a good quarterback. And he is. And I didn't want to leave that off. Okay, number 9, Tua. Tua turned the ball over. Now, you guys know I'm not a big fan of lefties in this game. Due to, some of the issues with maybe getting out of the pocket right. A lot of my offense is right-handed, we'll say. This one was because Kenneth Walker got bumped. Don't worry about that little overthrow right there. But, you're seeing a lot of similar, a lot of these routes get overthrown very similar between cards. So, you'll see that. That one right there. Under pressure, he's terrible with that. That was actually an embarrassing thing. But a lot of cards will overthrow, underthrow. It doesn't matter if you're number 1 or number, 100 on this list. A lot of the same things will just happen to your cards, right? To your players out there. But overall, everything else with Tua, I didn't mind it. Now, Michael Vick will be the last lefty on this list for me. Michael Vick, he has a slinging sidearm type release. Very, very Patrick Mahomes-y right there. Will sling it and miss on anything left. So you're seeing a lot of what they call accuracy, perfect accuracy. They're just misses because Madden's just a bad game itself. But Michael Vick, I did not mind his dual threatness, right? The ability for him to scramble, the ability for him to overthrow routes and throw interceptions, just like everybody else. I might need to stop throwing that post pattern after looking at many of these plays right in a row. There's a nice C route there. C routes are always super, super valuable out on the field. But yeah, Michael Vick to the corner. He's got an absolute cannon there with that set feet lead on him. Obviously, you can use him as a backup quarterback for Legends Theme Team and just run options with him. Number 7 is Cam Newton, one of the better running quarterbacks in the game. I decided to run a lot with him. If you run with your quarterback, outside of Tim Tebow, you don't because he's coded like a running back. It's really weird, but everything else, just run on conservative. And they don't fumble, right? I tried out fast break on Newton. I tried out, a few different things. Didn't really work as well as I thought it would. Wasn't really cool for my offense. I think it's just dollar shuts down every single option run. So sadly, running quarterbacks in this game, not that great except for this QB draw out of 5 wide. That's actually a really good run. But everything else isn't great. But otherwise, Newton, if you're throwing the ball quite a bit and you want a guy that's going to be able to deliver, it's a really long, deep throw animation, as you saw. We were able to get it out just under duress, under pressure right there. A little bit long throw motion, but otherwise, great mobile quarterback, one of my favorite ones. Drew Bledsoe. We're getting a lot of ghost promo cards right here. I like Drew Bledsoe because his, set feet lead, fearless, and hot route master is 6, which is the cheapest in the game. And so, Drew Bledsoe, you see his arm motion is really, really sidewinding. It really slings it from the side. So it's it has it felt like it was picked off easier by people if they're underneath it, right? You see it's sidewinding. It looks like it's a lower trajectory than almost every single other quarterback in the game. It can get knocked down a line of scrimmage a little bit. So those are kind of the downsides, but his ability combo, the release itself wasn't too slow. So although it's low, it's not over the top. You kind of want the over top stuff. It's actually decently fast too. At number 5, Nard Robinson just recently got a changed throw motion right there. This is Gunslinger under the old throw motion. And the weird thing is I don't know why they changed it. I really don't. I don't feel like there was anything wrong. Maybe it's because people used him without Gunslinger and then they complained. I really didn't think it was bad. Looking at these things, that's just a good toss right there. That's really quick out the hand. I actually think he may have gotten nerfed a little bit with Gunslinger, because it is absolutely like just a shot out of a cannon right here on these slings. So yeah, I don't know what people are talking about. Absolutely gorgeous under pressure fade away throw back to the post pattern right there for Nard. Also incredibly fast, so if you can get a few options off, he's not bad for you right there either. Did not mind Nard whatsoever in my offense. The only downside of this card and why he isn't higher rated is no Hot Route Master. So once you start using Hot Route Master, you kind of get addicted to it, so it's tough to rate him any higher than that. Randall Cunningham, another one with a problem. Probably my favorite running quarterback in the game at the moment. He felt like he had a lot of power. I guess maybe best combo quarterback. I think Newton and Nard maybe a little bit better, but Cunningham was an absolute treasure for me to use. Not the fastest throw motion, but he is quick getting out the pocket. He's a big dude. Didn't really fumble for me. Didn't mind him whatsoever. So number 4 for me there. You can see the throw motion. I kind of like a long, deep right throw. Wasn't too terrible for us there for Cunningham. Yeah, just generally like back in the pocket. He slings it, accurate. Didn't miss a whole lot of passes for us. Cunningham, very, very poised, deep. Here's this pass that everybody misses, except Cunningham hits it to Herman Moore. Nice work. And then Moore is able to take it all the way for the tutty. So really, the top 3 here, though. So, like, those are all, like, you know, those are, like, the last, like, the quote-unquote incredible mobile quarterbacks. The top 3 are very similar, right? They're more pocket passers. I like these top 3 because of the sling. Like, look at Aaron Rodgers' throw release, how much quicker it is than everybody else on this list behind him. So, like, even though you are losing a little bit, and maybe his deep release isn't the fastest, and basically is the same as a lot of other people, the deep release. The short release for, like, a quick meta, right, where it's like quick routes, like under pressure, getting a lot of loop blitzes, getting a lot of heavy blitzes. Rodgers, Elway there are great at getting them off and getting them onto the target, right, like that. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers, quality quarterback. Just don't expect him to run QB options, so your offense a little bit more limited, but I actually don't see a lot of QB options this year, so I don't think that's that big of a deal to lose that. I think you really just kind of want to get back there and dot or run, I don't know, powers, dives, stretches if you do that. Did I say doo-doo? Nice little dot right there to Jerry Rice along the sideline too. Just got to have enough time in the pocket, and I think, you know, quality cannon there. You know, and all these quarterbacks having different arm releases really kind of throws off timing. So, like, the longer you use a quarterback, the better you get with it, the better familiar you are with them. John Elway's number 2 for me, right? John Elway's number 2. Very expensive. I think it's still 2.5 million coins. Look at his arm release. It's the exact same as Rodgers. They both have Slinger 1, which makes them the best quarterbacks in the game as far as release, because it really gets out, especially like short, medium type of throws right here. This one's a long one. You can see it is a long type of throw. But like, even though he completed that where so many other guys didn't complete it, he missed those same things for me. So don't like look at the Elway thing and be like, yeah, that's undefeated. Like, and then Elway even fumbles the ball forward, which is like against the law, I think, and still does it. But so anyways, like what I'm trying to say is like, don't look at like him hitting it and other ones not as like he won't miss that, because he totally does. He does miss those post patterns, not a big deal. But Elway, he's been the dominant force in this game for months. Tom Brady, I feel like, does supersede him. The reason why Tom Brady does is because I like the gunslinger. It does help you, the deep balls like that get off just slightly faster than Elway's deep ball right there. And so if you do want to kind of stretch the defense over top, that was quite a play. Rolling, scrambling, throwing away. He still got under pressure dot for Brady. That was actually insane. So he's faster than Elway. I feel like his short release obviously worse. Long release slightly better. And, you know, like I said, everybody misses those kind of passes, and Tom Brady's no different. I will say the thing with Tom Brady, though, at this point, I hadn't changed my pass settings. So, like, for a certain time, I had to go. I was, like, at 15 or 20 out of 20 as far as near and pass lead. I actually moved it down to 10 out of 20 on near, and it actually ended up working out pretty fine. So, just let you guys know. Look at that. Fearless dot. You can even add Fearless onto it. It's 7 AP, same as Elway if you decide to do that for Tom Brady. But there's my top 10. Let me know where you guys disappointed in that, which you guys changes there. Obviously, I left off like Baker Mayfield. I did not like that card at all. Mahomes, I said, you know, probably would have put him actually on the list if it wasn't me. I didn't like Hurts at all. Trevor Lawrence was all right, and a few others. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Call action. I'll see you tomorrow.